Okay, I want to talk real quick about letting go because this is something that can be really scary sometimes, and it's something that it's not always easy to let go. Let's be real. If you are holding on to something that you really, really love, something that you really, really want, whatever it may be, something that you're terrified of losing it, you don't want to let it go. And the worst thing that people can say to you, is, oh, I think it's time that you let go and move on from that dream, or let go and move on from that relationship, whatever it is, you don't want to hear people say that because this is something that you really want, you really love, and you were hoping that it was all going to work out and it was all going to be okay. And things aren't going how you were hoping they would. And it's like, do I hold on to it? Do I let go of it? What do I do? I don't want to let go. People are telling me to let go, the whole thing. So, yes, letting go can be really hard sometimes. I completely get that. I talked about this in a couple of videos back. I have this particular thing in my life where I really, really wanted this thing to happen. And I kept saying, oh God, it's in your hands. I'm letting it go. I've tried to control it. I can't get it to happen. I can't get it to work, you know, but I wasn't actually letting go. I kept trying to control this thing. I kept trying to make it work in my timing. Nothing was working. It was so frustrating. And I was like, oh, yes, it's yours, God, letting go. I wasn't. Like, I had such a tight grip of this thing. Like, my grip was so tight and I did not want to let it go because a big part of me was so afraid that if I let it go, that and I handed it over to God, that I was just so scared he wasn't going to give it back. But then I realized that it technically was never mine to begin with. And so eventually, it took a long time to get there, but I did fully hand it over to God and I fully surrendered it. And I loosened my grip, I let go, and it was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. And for quite a while, this particular thing did not come back. Okay. It didn't come back. And I was starting to panic. And I was like, oh no, I shouldn't have let go. I should have kept holding on because I'm not going to get this thing back. What am I going to do? Like I was upset. Like I was really hurt because this is something that I wanted for so long. And to this day, I still really want it. But as time was going on, eventually it did reappear, and I was so excited. And I am. I still am, and I'm still having hope about it. I'm still praying and hoping that this thing will eventually happen. It definitely didn't come back how I was expecting it to come back. It didn't come back how I was fully like hoping. But it did make its way back. But it just goes to show that God is going to allow whatever's meant for you to happen. Now, I still have so many unanswered questions about this thing, and I still have no idea how this is actually going to turn out and what is going to come here. Like, I don't know what's actually happening with this, but I do know that if God truly wants this for me, and if this truly is 100% from God, that he's going to allow it to happen. And if it's not from God, then I don't really want it after all. Like I think that I want it, but I don't. Because if it's not from God, then it's no good for me. Now, I don't know the outcome here. I don't know the outcome of how this thing's going to happen. I know that it's something I want. I know it's something that I'm having hope about. I know it's something that I pray about all the time. And I talk to God about it all the time. Like, God, you know how I feel about this. This is something I really want. Like, God knows. And I know that it's going to happen in his timing if it is going to happen. So although letting go can be really scary, It can be very hard. Sometimes you just got to let go and you got to trust God. Because if it's for you, He's going to give it back. If it's not for you, why would you want it? Like, just think about that for a second. Why would you want it if it's not from God? If it's not from God, it's not going to be any good for you. That means there's something way better out there for you. You just don't know about it yet because you can't see the big picture like God can. So sometimes there is beauty in letting go. It doesn't feel like it when it's really, really hard to do it. Like it's hard to let go sometimes. It really is. But it's not always a bad thing. And it's like I said in my last video, we're not supposed to be afraid, We don't need to worry. We don't need to be afraid because God is in control and He's going to allow what is meant to happen. So don't be afraid to let go. Even if you don't want to let go, like I did, don't be afraid to let go. And like this thing with me here, if the outcome isn't what I was hoping for, is it going to be disappointing? Yes, it is. But I know that I'm going to be okay because if it wasn't from God, it was going to end up hurting me. Now, if this is something that truly is from God, like I truly feel like it is, it's going to be great. I just have to be patient. So don't be afraid to let go. You got to trust God. Let go and let God. It's in His hands, which means you're going to be okay. So don't be afraid to let go. Just remember to keep your faith, keep praying, and keep believing.